Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. And today we're going to be working in the Gothic style. Finally, it seems like it's been forever. And we're going to be building a brewery slash distillery, so whatever you like to call it, whatever floats your boat, that's what we'll be doing. But anyways, before we even get started with the main build, I thought I'd show you kind of the general layout and dimensions. So it's going to be about a 13 by... can't remember what this side was. Let's see. We got 3 right there, plus 4, so 7, and then plus another 4, so it was 13 by 11. That's the space you're going to need. Actually, and we do some sticky yaddy bits, so I guess just give yourself a 15 by 15 space, and that should be just about perfect. And as you see, we have moved over to this general area, and we're going to be starting sort of a big, giant coast port town instead of going back to this little village. I'm actually going to end up cleaning up that area and then maybe adding some nice, big, tall spruce trees and whatnot, so it looks really cool. And then we'll have like a big wall with a big tower there or something, some sort of lighthouse. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out later. But without further ado, let's get into this build. So I guess after we are finished getting the general kind of walls in the outside, you're going to want to build, oops, and that is 1 block too far back. But anyways, you're going to want to come down here and just dig yourself a 4 deep hole. Yeah, that's going to be 4 deep. But anyways, without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and start working on the walls. So to do this, you're going to grab yourself some spruce wood. So we'll find that. And then you're going to start right here. This is actually going to be the front of the build. And as you see, we've got this little part right here, but we're going to end up skipping that for now. So we're going to start on this block, raise this up 4 tall, then we'll skip 3, raise this one up 4 tall. So you're going to have a gap of 3 in the middle of here and a gap of 3 in the middle of here. So that's going to be 3 4 tall pillars in total so far. Now as we come to the right side of the build, you're going to skip 3 blocks again, raise this one up 4 blocks tall, skip 3, 4 tall, and then come to the back. So it's just going to be one big square, pretty much the same pattern around, skipping gaps of 3 every single time, and then every pillar will be 4 blocks tall. So for this front spot, you may notice I'm thinking about doing sort of a little shed on this section, and then this can be sort of a nice fancy doorway. Since this is kind of the nicer section of town, we're going to try to make these builds a bit more unique as to where these are kind of generally the same basic shape every time. So we'll see what we can do over here to kind of make things stand out. So after you've ended up placing all these pillars in, go ahead and add a little cross beam on the top row and just do this all the way around. It shouldn't take too long, and yeah, it should go by pretty quickly. And then after this we can move on to placing some of the wall materials, and for that you're going to need some bricks and I guess pretty much just everything spruce wood wise, so all the planks, so the stairs, full blocks, and the half slabs as well. But yeah, to start off we're just going to end up grabbing some bricks. And here they are, so we'll grab these and just fill in this whole wall. Since this is the doorway, and actually, you can actually skip this side for now, since we are going to extend the door, so go ahead and leave that. But for this side, however, we're going to actually fill this in all the way, and hopefully it should turn out pretty cool in the end. So, I guess, yeah, while we're at it, we might as well start building this outside stuff. So I guess we can raise this 4 tall for now, and then we'll come out here and raise this one up. 4 tall should do just fine. In fact, we could even leave it at 3. Yeah, let's do that. 3 tall. Same with this one, and then same with this one. So for this is going to come down to about right there. Same with this block, so place another bit, and then you can just kind of work your way up in a triangle fashion, going upwards like this until you reach that block right there. And in fact, you can even just remove that for now, and it should be fine. Now for the doorway, we're going to make this a little different. You know what? Let's make this 4 tall. I just think it'll end up looking a little bit better in the end. So you've done that. Now we're going to raise this one up 2 tall? Would we want to, or do we just want to do 1? So you can either go like that or raise this up 1 more. I guess whatever you like better you can do. But I think I'm going to do this 2 tall one. It just looks a bit more fancy. It's kind of a more grand entrance. So we're going to do it that way for now. And then we can even connect this with a cross beam, and I guess we'll just call that good for now. You can even connect this one and maybe 1 on the inside if you'd like to, and we're just going to end up leaving this. So just kind of hold off for now, but I guess yeah, just go ahead and keep going around the build, adding these other pillars on the outsides of the previous ones that you recently placed in the beginning. So there we go. Now another thing I like to do is place a block on top of each one of the first pillars we placed, and then once you've placed all those, you can go ahead and come out 2 blocks with some more spruce wood. But first I'm going to place all these, and one more right here, and that should actually do it. So now we can start doing all these all the way around, and this should not take too long either. Alright, so there we go. We can even place one. Do we want to do them on the front or not? I think, yeah, we'll actually leave it out here because I think that would just be a bit too much. It would definitely make the build look a bit too much like a square. So anyways, after you've placed all those, you can do one more crossbeam and make sure, as you can see here, there's 3 blocks, so make sure and do it on the middle one. And just do this all the way around. And this is just kind of adding some depth to the build. Our main goal is just trying to make it the least bit flat and boring as possible. So we've done all that, and like we've done before, we're going to leave the front. You know what, I guess we could connect this with a crossbeam, just to kind of help us build the second floor. Same with this, I guess. So, you know what, why not bring this out one and then connect this with the crossbeam? And it actually doesn't look too bad. We're going to remove this block just because we're going to end up filling that in with some... if you are in the default texture pack, you're going to use white wool, but if you do have the Conquest or another texture pack where this block may look good, I would recommend using the white stained clay, and let me show you why right now. So as you can see, it does look a bit more dirty, and it just looks really, I guess, cooler and realistic. I guess that would be the right word to describe it. So yeah, we're going to use that and place that in right now. You can wait on placing that, or you can just do it right now. I don't think I'm going to end up coming back to it. So in case you forget, I'd recommend putting that thing in there right now. But where were we? Oh yeah, that's right, adding in the walls. So in placing in all these bricks, you're going to make sure not do it on this level, but instead go 1 block back onto the first set of pillars that we placed, and just go ahead and raise it up 3 tall. And wherever you have a 3 wide gap, go ahead and open up a 2 tall window, and just do that wherever you'd like to. I would say on the back of the build, maybe go ahead and close all those windows up, but everything on the side and then front of the build is fair game for a window or not. I guess whatever you think looks best. What am I doing? I said don't put a window on the back, and then what do? I put a window on the back. Just don't do that. And then here we go, another side. On this, we're going to end up adding a sort of cellar right here, so you can actually enter down to the basement, and this is where most of the wine and I guess the rum or mead is going to be made. So go ahead and leave this sort of open for now. We can still place in these and I guess do a window if we want to. On this side, I'd say it's totally up to you. You may want to do 1 window there, maybe no window right here. I guess it's totally up to you. So yeah, now that we have those, and we're going to try to add some sort of shape and decoration to these main walls. So to start off with, I usually like to do sort of a Hobbit style thing and make a sort of circle right here. In fact, I even like to do something like this to make it even more fancy. So to do this, you're going to place 1 block right there, 1 here, and then we're going to start to work our way up, making a little small version of a roof right here. And then you can place 1 more stair right there. And that usually ends up looking pretty good. And we can also... I'm wondering if this might look good if we do... Oh, we could flip this up maybe. And then point these this way. Yeah, I really like that. And then we can do that on this side as well. And pretty much every other spot where you have a 3-wide gap, which I believe is every side of the house except the front, you can go ahead and place one of these little design things in. And then also don't forget to do these 2 little stairs on the bottom on both sides, leaving that middle block open. On the front, I guess you could go ahead and do it as well. Yeah. Place this in. This main part is just going to be a circle on the very front. And yeah, so behind this, you're going to place in some bricks. And this should add to the sort of design of the build. So you can go up 2 and then just bring over this cross beam above. And if you'd like to, you can place in the door right now. I'm going to wait for now. And as you can see, by placing that in, it actually already filled in this wall for you. But what I'm going to do really quick is swap this out for some grass and just fill that in, just because I think it looks a bit better. Another thing you could do is this wood right here looks really nasty, how it's kind of touching the other wood. So what I'm going to do is just place in some fences, and that will kind of add some design. And then what else can we do? Oh yeah, that's right, this side. We're going to leave this open for now, because we are going to make it a sort of small little shed where maybe we store some wheat, because I think they might actually use wheat to make some sort of drink. Not sure which one it is, but they definitely use it. Or maybe it's flour, I have no idea. But I know they use something. So yeah, like we were doing before, just make sure and keep adding in these designs. If you have any other ideas for designs on the little sides of the walls, definitely do them. Just kind of try to make your builds as unique as possible. I guess just make them stand out. And now for the back side, we can do these as well. So once again, it's just 2 upright stairs on top of the upside down stairs, and then 1 upside down stair right in the middle on that top block. And then we can do the same thing right over here. Oops. There we go. And then 2 upside down stairs beneath these, and then 2 upright stairs on either side of that bottom layer. And then that should be good with the spruce wood stairs. We don't really need those anymore. Our next step, I kind of want to clean up this front section right now just because of how bad it looks. But I'm going to start by kind of adding in the second floor really quick. But I guess we could just ignore this front portion for now, even though it does. I'll be honest, it looks terrible right now, but I'll make sure it looks good in the end. So for the second floor, what we're going to do is actually just raise each one of these up 4 more. I think that's 4, yeah. So everywhere where you had a pillar, just raise it up. And you can just do this all the way around the build, and it's going to create a sort of other square, except these little corners are going to form a little more of a circular shape. So just be wary of that. And then here we are to the front, so we'll raise these up again. We can even do 1 more right here. And you can start to see how this is really adding some shape by having this little doorway that kind of sticks out. Do we really want these things or not? I don't think we need these in yet. In fact, we could even bring these out too. Or maybe we could do something like this. I kind of like this a bit more. It's a bit wider of a doorway. It almost looks cooler. Not so sure yet, though. And then, oh, also, don't forget this one in the middle. This will give us some space to put 2 windows on either side. And then, yeah, let's just start connecting all the cross beams. And then once you get to the outside, you can do a little sticky yaddy bit like that. And then same thing on this side, fill in that gap 3, then sticky yaddy bit facing this way. And then we'll just fill in both of these. So do that, then 1 more sticky yaddy bit facing that way. And then connect these. And same with this last one. And then 1 more sticky yaddy bit, and just try to make sure on either side, just make both of these facing out the same direction, because it does look kind of weird if you have one facing to the right and one facing straight at you. Just a little tip. So there we go. Now that we have that, we'll start placing in some more of the walls. In fact, before we even do that, I thought I'd show you 1 more little trick you can do for some extra detail. So as you can see here, we got 4 spaces to place stuff. So if you skip 2 blocks up, you can place 1 upside down stair right there, and then a fence block on top of it, and just do this all the way around wherever you have room for it. Maybe on the middle block, just to kind of mix it up, you can maybe remove it, or do something like that. I guess it's entirely up to you. I think I'm going to go with it. Personally, I think it looks a little better, but yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to add more entrances or exits to a build, you definitely can. I guess any space where there's a 3-wide gap on this build, if you'd like to, go ahead and add an extra door. But I think since we're kind of backed up on this cliff, I will leave it to 1. So there we go. That should actually do it for this. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and fill in these walls, and then we're gonna clean this up. I can't get over how bad it looks right now. So what we're going to do before we even place in the walls is we're going to grab some dark oak wood and then fill in this floor really fast. And if you'd like to, just so you don't have all these little oak wood or spruce wood bits, sticking up with that white space, just go ahead and delete them and then fill them over with some, I think this is the dark oak wood block. I always think it's spruce wood, but yeah, it is dark oak wood. If you want to just go really quick right now, you could just do the outside layer. That's what I'm going to do, just to kind of save time. So that's pretty much all you have to do, and then our next step will be to fill in 3 blocks high with either the white stained clay or the white wool if you are in the default texture pack. And then as you see here, we have a little 3-wide gap, so go ahead and leave that window right there. And then for the corners, all you have to really do is place 1 block on the top, since no one's going to be able to see in there. And then for right here, we can do 1 more little window section just like that, and fill in this with just a straight line. And then right here we can add 1 more window, so just kind of make a U shape right there. And then once again, we hit a corner right here, so just go ahead and fill in that top block right there. Then do one more U shape. And as you can see here, I'll just show you how it does make that kind of U, or I guess you could call it a V. There we go, and then we can just fill in this little middle layer. Once again, top block right there. Then make that little U shape again for the window. And then fill in this row, then one more U shape for the window. And then for this front section right here, go ahead and fill in this corner, and then just drag this all the way across pretty much on every level. Because I will say it does look kind of weird if you have a window right there, especially with this already having this section right there. So our next step, let me just show you a quick example right now. If we grab our window, and I'd recommend using the whites. Actually, no. What did we use on this thing? I believe it must be like the dark gray stained glass. Let me just check. No, just regular gray. I don't think there's a dark gray. There's a light gray, but then there's no dark gray. So personally, I think this one looks the best. If it's in your hand in this texture pack, it's weird because it has circles. But then if you place it down, it turns into diamonds. So I guess it's kind of cool, but I definitely think this one looks the best. If you want to, you can try the black stained glass. Let's just see how that looks really fast. So yeah, there's your options. I think that one's almost a little too tough to look through, and I believe the diamonds looks a little more gothic than the circles. So I'm going to stick with the diamond, the gray stained glass, and just place these in. But as I was saying for the example, as you can see, there's like a little slit above the window. So to avoid that, all you really need to do is grab your planks and then just fill in a row above them, just like we did for the second floor. So just do a single strip going all the way around the build, kind of just creating a square shape. And then after this, you can go back to filling in your windows. So now that we've done that, we can start back up with the windows. I'm actually going to, oops, that was the wrong one. But yeah, I'm actually going to drop the black stained clay since we don't need it. Or not black stained clay, the black stained, or black, is it stained? Yeah, black stained glass. So there we go, that's all the windows we need. So we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows on the second floor. So that's a pretty good amount. I like windows on the build. They usually make it look a little bit better. But anyways, for the second floor, and one more thing we can do. Just for even more detail, since the more detail there is, pretty much the better. We can place in 2 more of these little sets of detailed pillar thingies. So once again, it's just upside down stairs after you add in a little gap of 2, and then little fence post right above them. And before I forget, I'm going to place in a door really fast. So let's do that. So there we go, and then back to the second floor, or second story I should say. Wherever you have a pillar going up, just go ahead and place in a little sticky outy bit facing towards you like this, and then here we are on the right side of the build. This is going to have 3 of them. The back should have 3 as well, and I think even the left side of the build might have 3. Yeah, it does. Oops, not right there. And then I would recommend either, oops, we should probably do something like this right there. Yeah, so wherever you have these little gaps of 3 blocks, you can either leave them blank or just place in a pillar of fences like that. If you'd like to, you can maybe do the outsides with them and then leave the middle block, which I think is what I'm going to do. On the back, maybe I'll mix it up and place them all in. And then since we're on the side again, I will leave that middle one open. And then, yeah, that should do it. No need to place them on the front since the roofs are going to kind of interfere with those. But for more detail on the walls, you can start placing in these little hobbit designs again. So it kind of makes a circular shape, and that will end up looking pretty good. So just go ahead and place all these in. There, and then 2 more on this side, and then I believe we have this little section over here, and then just the right side of the build, and then we should be done. Now this, I don't know, for some reason it looks a little weird, just because of how much white space there is. Let me just check to make sure. Oh, there, that's what we did. So if you want, personally I think this looks a little better, but you can go ahead and grab a spruce wood half slab, and you don't have to do this, but it's just a little extra detail to kind of enclose this area. So what I like to do is just place one of those blocks on the very bottom. I don't know why, I kind of like it more. So we'll do that all the way around, and then same thing on the back. And then did we get this side? Yeah, this is actually where we started, so we'll be good with that. And then I believe we placed in all the fences we needed. So yeah, we're pretty much good to go. All we really need to do left is kind of make the shape of the roof and then add in some more details up there. And then also, since it's pretty much ready, I'm going to start working on this little front area. So for the roofs of this, all you're going to need is basically most of the spruce wood blocks. And then also, since we use this, which is the stone brick blocks, we're going to use this for kind of the outline of the roof. So for these, do we do them on the bottom layer? Yes, we do. So pretty much just go like this. Oops. And we're going to go one block out. So starting there, and then you can bring it over so it's on top of that upside down stair that you previously placed. In fact, you could even kind of switch it this way so it kind of it rounds itself out on the edge, and then just extend this one more so it's got a bit of an overhang, and then just work your way up from there. And then on the top, you can grab a stone brick half slab. Just place this in right there. And then for our Gothic design, what we do is just place another stair on top of the previous one, then do one more half slab on top of that, and then two more above it. And then we can start working our way back down on the other side, starting with, I believe it's right. Oh, we can't even place it, can we? We'll have to do an upside down stair, then place it in. And then we can start working our way back down. Yeah, there we go. So just make sure instead of going straight out like this, what you're going to need to do is to actually place one stair right below the previous one that we just placed, and now you can start working your way down. And then, oh, as I was saying before, this is going to kind of be a sort of shed coming down. So what you're going to want to do is actually remove this block for now. And then I guess, you know what, why not start this thing? So to make this, all you really need is a block right there. Do we want to go to the side a little more? I think we do. So we'll go one over to the left, then an upside down stair right there. If we can place it in, there we go. And then one more on top of it, just like that. And then we'll work our way to the right just a bit until we get so it's one block overhang to the right, and then we can start working our way back up. So there we go. Then just make sure and place in these upright stairs above them, and then you can fill in pretty much every block in between with some spruce wood. And you know what, why not place in that block right there, and then fill this in with an upside down stair. Then we'll get our spruce wood back out, and then just fill this whole thing in. And since we kind of switched it up from the original idea, it actually worked out perfect because this ends up connecting with that what is it called, the stone brick stair. And then if you'd like to, personally, I would recommend removing this window and just switching it back out to either the white thin clay or the white wool. And that'll just end up looking a little better in the end. And then now you can start connecting this roof to the back wall. And then for this little top layer right here, just either fill it in with a double stack of the half slabs or just one set of full blocks. And then same thing with this back side. So just like that. And then another thing I like to do is grab a cobblestone wall and make a little spiky bit on the top. And then if you are feeling like it, you can grab some fences and then just do one of them like that on top of the spruce wood. And then before we forget, we're going to grab some of these, the stone brick stairs, and just finish placing in these upside down stairs. And then I think that really should be all we need. The front, it's actually looking, yeah, it's looking a lot better. This little section down here definitely needs some work, but what we can do to kind of fix that up is just, I guess we already have them, the cobblestone walls. We can raise these up. Oops, it's got to go one block back. So it's kind of a little pillar that holds the roof up. So just like that, and that definitely helps out. And then, kind of want to clean this little area up down here. So maybe we can just start adding in some of these upside down stairs. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. And then, you know what? Why not throw in some chests and blocks of hay? Just to kind of make it look more like a little storage area. So we'll grab the hay, and then last thing we need is the chests. And then just pretty much just scatter these around to the best of your abilities. Just randomize it up as much as possible. That would be my only recommendation. And then maybe, since this is kind of the corner, maybe build this up a little more. And then just throw in possibly a double stack chest right on the very top. And then that should be good enough. Yeah, it definitely improves the look of the build. And then I believe that's going to be pretty much everything we need for the first and second floor. So I guess now we can go ahead and start moving on to the roof of the build. And now to do this, you're going to start replacing a block here, and now moving all the way over to the right side of the build, place one there, and then you're going to do the same thing on this side. So one here, and one there. Now what we're going to do is start to make kind of the big giant roof that goes up to the middle. So we'll do 2 blocks going up right there, another 2 going up there, then we can start to kind of bring it back in. So I guess if you were going for more of a Nordic style, you would go up 2 again and then do 1, but since we're going for a little bit more medieval or Gothic, what we're going to do is just bring it in like that. So it's kind of a bit more rounded out. And then you can do the same thing over here. But I guess if you are sort of a better builder, I'd recommend just kind of trying out a bunch of different designs. So maybe for this one, instead of going up 2, you could even just do 2 of them going up 1 like this, and then continue it up from there. Just try whatever you think looks best. And then, so as you can see, we got this done. Then we're going to bring this little the little middle pillar up as high as it will go until it leaves kind of that 1 block gap, and then we can do the same thing right over here. So we'll go up 2, and once again go up 2 more, and then we'll start going up 1 at a time, and then we can start bringing up this pillar until we get to right there. So it's going to be a total of 5 blocks tall, that pillar is, and then this one can come up 2, same with the next set, and then this one can go up 1, and then that should be good. Now one more thing I do like to do is just kind of make this look like a checkered board. So we can even remove these 2 blocks, and yeah, just definitely add some shape and design to the build. So there we go, and then you know what, why not do the same thing on this side? That way it doesn't look too weird. So there we go, and then another thing I would recommend doing is, as you can see, this is going to be like one big giant flat boring roof. So what I'm going to do is add a little section that goes kind of on top, but I think we may have to hold off on doing this because I kind of want it to be a little higher up, but maybe not start so low. So we could do something like this where we go up 1, oh, we'll make a gap of 3 right here, so right in the middle, then bring this up 4 blocks on both sides, same thing on the back, so 4 blocks just like this. That one was actually 5, so make sure not do 5. Then just connect these with a little cross beam. You can do sticky outy bits on every side of the pillar. Same thing over here. So once again, cross beam in the middle, 2 sticky outy bits on either side, and then that should pretty much be good for now. The roof shape for this is just going to be a standard triangle, so just go up 1 block at a time. Make sure and leave this one in the middle just for that little extra bit of detail, and then just do the same thing right over here. And now for these ones' walls, actually before we even place those in, we're going to start connecting all these together just like this. And then pretty much every block that you go up, you're going to have to extend it 1 more. So as you can see, since we go back on this, we're going to have to bring it out. Actually, do we? No, we don't. That's good. Usually we have to, but I guess not for this one. So yeah, as you go around, just pretty much make this side look exactly like this side. So before I go down even further, I'm just going to try and match it up as best as possible. So just like that, and then why not do these as well? And then for the middle one, you can just go ahead and drag that all the way across. And then just do the same thing over here, just extend this all the way. And then just start connecting the rest of them. And then these should be... oh, we actually have a bunch more on this. I was about to say that should be the final side. But you know what? Why not work from the bottom this time? Just to mix it up a little bit. So there we go. That side is completely done. So now just match this up to the best of your abilities, I think. On this one, we just came out 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Then we'll connect these like that. And then same thing on this side, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one's 3 as well, so we'll do both of those. And then this one comes out 2. And then these both only come out 1 block, so then that should be good. Now we'll do 2 out right there, and then 2 out right here, and then that should be good. Now you can go ahead and get whatever material you used for the wall out. And actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and add in this little Hobbit style design once again. So just 4 total stairs kind of facing around in the circle, and then if you want to, you can place in that half slab on the very bottom. And what that also does is it covers up that nasty looking white spot on the spruce wood pillar. So there we go. Now behind that, you can take your white stained clay, wherever it may be. Here we go. And then just fill this whole thing in. Actually, don't fill the whole thing in, but bring it up 2 blocks on either side. That way it leaves space for that window. And then you might as well just connect this right here and fill in the rest of these spaces. Same exact thing over here. So once again, 2 up on either side, leaving you space for the window. Then do that cross beam, and then just fill in these 4 blocks once again. And then for this roof over here, you can either fill in the whole thing, or maybe you can carve out some of this middle stuff and add in a big giant window. That might look cool. So yeah, just go ahead and fill this whole thing. I think I'm going to go without the window, just because we do kind of already have these big ones on the front and back of the build. So once again, over here, just fill in this whole thing. And then after this, we can actually start to move on to kind of the cool area, which would be the basement distillery. And then yeah, I'll save the interior for, I guess, video number 2. Oh, how did we forget that? We forgot to place in these windows. Gosh dang it. At least there's only 3 of them. But yeah, before I forget again, let's fill in these windows as well. And then that should actually be all we need. So now let's fly out here. Oops, and definitely don't want that there. So let's switch this thing out for a block of grass for now. Oh, I almost thought we were done, but we haven't even finished filling in the roof. So I guess let's do that. But yeah, this side definitely looks good. Let me just check the back. Yep, back is looking pretty damn good. So now the only blocks you're going to need for this would be the stone brick stairs, the stone brick full blocks, stone brick half slabs. So I guess pretty much every single stone brick, every single spruce wood block, and some cobblestone walls, and then fences. And then I believe, hopefully I'm not wrong, but I believe that should be everything. So let's see. And also with the stone brick half slabs and the stone brick full blocks, if you want to, you can just get rid of the full blocks and just double stack the half slabs, although it does take a little bit longer. So like I said, you also need a cobblestone wall and then some fences if you'd like to. Or you can even swap those out for some iron bars, whatever you think looks best. But to start this off, we're going to go to the front of the build. And then just from here, we're going to place a block right there. Then come out 1 to the right. And then that will actually do 3 more right there. 1 here. We're going to remove this fence. And then just connect this all the way across. And then same thing over here. Then make sure it has a 1 block overhang. And then from there you can start to work your way up. So we'll do 1 stair on the bottom like that. And then for here we're going to have to switch it up and go with a full block. But then on top of that we can go back to a stair. Then above that we'll do a full block. And then on top of that, stair. Then 2 more stairs to finish it off. And then we can do the same thing over here. Now if you're using World Edit, both sides of these are pretty much going to be the exact same. So all you really have to do is 1/2 or even maybe even 1/4 of the build. Yeah, because that's pretty much just a big X. So I guess that would speed things up if you are using World Edit. But for those of you who aren't, I'm going to do this full thing for you. I'm sure it won't take too long. But once again, this is going to be a full block right here. Then on top of that, we'll do a stair. Then 1 more full block. Then a stair. And then 2 more stairs to finish this side off. Just like that. And now before we forget, let's go ahead and place in all our upside down stairs. Right below all those. And now we'll go to this side, place in these as well. And then we can move on to the back side of the build. So for this, what we're going to do is start right here, then come out 1 block to the right, and then just connect it all the way to the left. So then you got 1 right there, and then just do a 1 block overhang, 1 more to the left, and then you can start to work your way up from there. So 1 more stair, then we'll switch it up to a full block, then back to a stair, then back to full block, then back to stair, and then 2 more stairs right above that. And then we can do the same thing right over here. So we'll do stair to start it off, then a stone brick for the second block, then a stair after that, then 1 more stone brick, full block, then 1 more stair, and then 2 more stairs right after that. And that should be pretty much all the stairs you need. The only other thing you're going to need them for is all the upside down ones, and then the little Gothic design above that. So let's place all these in. Then if you'd like to, while we're at it, you might as well place in 1 little stone brick half slab on that side. Same thing over here. And then above that, you can just do 2 upright stairs on top of the previous stairs, and then 1 half slab, and then 1 full block, and then a cobblestone wall to finish it off with that little spiky look. And also, before we forget, let's go ahead and place in all of these upside down stone brick stairs, and that just kind of beefs up the roof, and it makes it look a little more stronger and just kind of defined. So once again, for that Gothic design, we'll do 2 upright stairs on top of the previous ones, then a half slab on the top of those, and then 1 more full block to finish it off, and then a cobblestone wall on the very top of that. And then to connect the middle of these, all we're going to do is a full block of spruce wood connecting all the way across. And while we have this in our hand, we can even do 5 blocks on either side of that. Just like this. And before we go ahead and switch it all up back to the spruce wood, we're going to need to do 2 more sections with our stone brick stairs. So to start this off, you're going to begin right here, then bring this out 1 block to the right and 1 block to the left, right there. And then from this one on the far right, you can go ahead and start working your way up to the top of this until you get to this block right here. Then go ahead and place in this stone brick half slab, and then we can start to work our way back down on the other side until we get to this one on the very bottom. And then we can do 2 blocks to the right of that. So 1, 2, and there we go. Now you can place in your upside down stairs below that, and then we can start our little Gothic design on this side of the build. So I'll do 1, 2 upright stairs, then 1 half slab right there, 1 full block, and then a cobblestone wall to finish that off. And then we can move on to this side, and this will be the last bit where we are going to end up needing our stone brick stairs. So we'll do 1 right here, and then 1 of them on either side of that. Same thing on the other side, so 1 right there, and 1, 2 blocks on both sides of that, and then we can start working our way up from there until you get to that top block, which is when you're going to want to switch it up and place in that stone brick half slab right there, and then you can start to work your way back down on the other side. So there we go. And now, before we forget, once again, let's place in our final bits of the upside down stairs. Then we can do 2 upright stairs on top of those, and then a half slab, and then a full block, and then a cobblestone wall to finish it off. And now what I like to do is place in the fences connecting all the way across, and like I said before, you can switch these out for the iron bars if you think those look best. And so yeah, that should be it with the stone bricks. So far this build is really coming together, I must say. Wasn't sure if it was going to turn out or not, but it definitely has. Let's see. This might be the only thing I don't like, so maybe switch that up for a spruce wood stair, like that. That does look a little bit cooler. At least I think so. And then we can do the same thing on the back, so there we go. And then these walls right here. I would definitely recommend putting a window in right there. Maybe even if you just remove these 2 and slide 1 in right there. Or what would be cool is if you did something like this, where you connect both of those and then do a window on either side. Yeah, that definitely looks really cool. So we'll place this in right there. Before we finish that off though, let's go ahead and place in 2 full blocks of the white stained clay right there, so it kind of connects the windows all together. And then yeah, that should be good. And then we'll do the same thing over here just because it does look so much better. So once again, we'll place in this spruce wood pillar, then delete these 2 blocks on both sides, and then we'll fill the rest of this in with the window. And we can call it good from there. Now the last step to this build, actually second to last step, because we still do need to do a little overhang walkway section down there. But yeah, the second to last step would be filling the rest of this in with the spruce wood. So all you're going to need are spruce wood stairs and spruce wood full blocks for this. No need for the spruce wood half slabs, at least I don't really think so. So to start off, we're going to use the spruce wood stairs. just go 3 blocks over right there. Then we'll switch it up, go full blocks right here. Then once again back to stairs, then back to full blocks. One more full block right here. Then we can switch it up back to stairs for the rest of this side. And then just kind of connect it all the way around. Then we can move to the right side of the build, do the exact same thing. So once again, we'll start it off with one set of stairs, then one set of the full blocks, then once again stairs, and then our last set of full blocks right here, making that kind of L shape. And then we can switch it up back to the stairs for the rest of this little area over here. And then I believe the back side should be pretty much the exact same thing, so no need to switch it up too much. So once again, one set of stairs, and then our first set of full blocks, then another row of stairs, and then we'll do our last set of full blocks right here, once again making that L shape, and then we can finish the build off with the rest of the stairs. So let's hurry up and place all these in. There we go. And now we'll do our last section of roofing. So to finish this off, we'll do one row of stairs on the bottom. Then above that, we can place in 3 blocks of full spruce wood planks, and then do another row of stairs, our last row of full planks, then some more stairs to finish off the roof. And then after this, we can move down to the little walkway section. And then my favorite part of the build, which would be the little basement thing. Hopefully we can make something cool down there so it turns out nicely. For this stair though, I am going to switch it up, make it face that way. And then for this section, I'm thinking about, let's fill this in with cobblestone. And by the way, this is just going to be a 4x7 wide, I think that's 7. Yeah, that's going to be 4x7 wide little platform over here. You can just make the full thing cobblestone, and then pretty much every 2 blocks is going to be a little spruce wood pillar. So let's see, did we finish off the roof? Yes, we did. So let's fly around that, take a quick peek at that. So yeah, it definitely came together in the end. So now back to this little thing. We're going to raise each one of these up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. And then what we can do from here is just bring this out 2, delete the first one, then place that one in there. Same thing right here, bring it out 2, delete the first one, place that there. And then this one, all you have to do is place this 1 block in right there. And now we can start to make a little roofing section. And to do this, all we need to do is grab some stone brick stairs. Just do a row with an overhang on either side, all the way across the bottom. And then on both of those overhangs, you can start to work your way up a little bit until you get to where you can't really go any further. And then underneath all those, you can start to place in these upside down stairs. So we'll do all those. I think it should be a total of 4 upside down stairs on both sides. And then 5 upright stairs. Same thing over here. And then once again, fill in those upside down stairs. And then to make things look a little less plain, let's do 1 more row right in the middle of the stone brick stairs. So just like that. And then you can go ahead and fill in the rest of it with your normal spruce wood stairs. And then that should be enough. Once again, this does look sort of weird. So if you'd like to, you can actually remove these windows, swap it out for just plain old white stained clay, or as I said before, if you're in default, make sure and use the white wool. And then you can even remove these things. You don't really have to because no one's going to see it, but as I was saying, just go ahead and place in one more section, one more section of the stone brick stairs, and then just fill in the rest with your normal spruce wood stairs. Then just go ahead and delete this little section of fencing right there, and then fill in the rest with your spruce wood stairs. And then that should be all we need to do. Before we do that though, place in those 2, and then we can move down to here. Maybe I'd recommend placing in some little sets of fencing right there just to kind of block it off just a little bit. And then we can even zoom ourselves in here, place 2 more right in there. Then we'll do 2 upside down stairs, actually 3. Oh crap, we fell. Forgot that hole was right there. But anyways, place in these, and now we can start to make this little basement area thing. So what we're going to do is delete that. I'm thinking about, we're going to make this sort of cellar. So to do that, all we need to do is grab ourselves some spruce wood half slabs, I think would look best. I'll do 1 right there, and then that should be enough. You could even do something like that if you'd like to, and then maybe remove that stair. And I think that does look pretty cool. And then what you're going to want to do is take some trap doors and place these in just like this. So, I mean, your house might have one of these, or you may have seen one in a movie or something, but it's just kind of a little cellar that you open up to go down to the basement. And man, this place is dark. So, let's place in these ladders, just like this. And then that's going to take us down to the basement, which is where all of the... Let me just throw a torch down here. This is where all the big giant wooden barrels of meat are going to be. And I'll show you how to make all those and all the rest of the interior directions in the interior tutorial for this build. We're also going to be making a big little distillery pump out here to kind of make maybe some wine or something that they make on the outside, maybe to sell to passing travelers for a discount or something. And then they can buy the good stuff if they actually go inside. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure and let me know if you have any ideas for the interior down in the comments. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.